Governor Tim Walz just put on a new video, so let's listen to what he has to lie about this time.
My fellow Minnesotans, what's happening in Minnesota right now defies belief. News reports simply don't do justice to the level of chaos and disruption and trauma.
Oh, you mean the chaos that you helped create? Because here's the thing, people just don't decide to leave their houses and go blow whistles and try to block out federal agents on their own. This takes a work of politicians like you, Tim Walz, and the media. This is all created by you. Because we all know these same people voted for Obama, who was very strict on immigration. They had no problem back then. All of a sudden, now they have a problem with it. What a surprise, Tim Walz not taking accountability. Shocker.
The federal government is raining down upon our communities. 2,000 to 3,000 armed agents of the federal government have been deployed to Minnesota.
Yeah, well, it's not going to get any better. If you keep throwing fuel on the fire, it's going to get worse. It is not going to stop. They're not going to stop. So you keep throwing fuel on the fire there, Timmy.
Armed, masked, undertrained ICE agents are going door to door, ordering people to point out where their neighbors of color live.
Really? Really, ICE agents are going door to door looking for people of color? Where are the videos, Timmy? They should be viral by now. There should be a ton of them, right? See, this is exactly what I'm talking about. And there are people that are actually believing this. I know someone that is actually believing what he's saying. That ICE agents are doing something illegal, going door to door to American citizens and dragging them out of their apartments. Right. First off, that just doesn't even make any sense. Why would you bring more media on you by doing something so highly illegal and make things even more unsafe for you? Why? They got enough criminals they're trying to get right now that you keep protecting.
They're pulling over people indiscriminately, including U.S. citizens, and demanding to see their papers.
No, they're not. Just no, they're not. Illegal. Literally illegal.
And at grocery stores, at bus stops, even at our schools. They're breaking windows, dragging pregnant women down the street, just plain grabbing Minnesotans and shoving them into unmarked vans.
They have their targets. Is it like when they're walking up to someone, when they're going to get someone, they have their targets already. They already know they've broken the law. They know who they are. They're not walking up to random people and just grabbing people and then checking to see if they're illegal. They can't do that.
Kidnapping innocent people with no warning and no due process. Let's be very, very clear. This long ago stopped being a matter of immigration enforcement. Instead, it's a campaign of organized brutality against...
Organized brutality. Isn't that rich coming from the same people that are organizing, doxing, and harassing and being violent towards federal agents? Isn't that rich? Who are actually breaking the law. I hope this guy does prison time. I hope he better do prison time. When it comes to the fraud and what he's doing right now, I hope he does prison time. I hope he's fucking terrified.
The people of Minnesota by our own federal government. Last week, that campaign claimed the life of Renee Nicole Good. We've all watched the video. We've all seen what happened. And yet, instead of conducting an impartial investigation so we can hold accountable the officer responsible for Renee's death, the Trump administration is devoting the full power of the federal government to finding an excuse to attack the victim and her family.
First off, the shooting was justified. I don't think any of us liked it, but it's justified. And it's unfortunate what happened. It really is. And it's unfortunate that her girlfriend was telling her to slam on the gas. By the way, I don't know if you knew, but that same officer, who, by the way, last June was dragged by a vehicle, actually had internal bleeding by getting hit by the car. And no, Trump is not attacking their family. He actually had some nice things to say. Even the father-in-law said it's really unfortunate what happened. I feel bad for the ICE officer, and I obviously feel terrible for Renee because I loved her. But it's more of a complicated situation, and these people are just trying to throw fuel on the fire because he is terrified of going to prison for fraud.
Just yesterday, 6 federal prosecutors, including the longtime career prosecutor leading the charge to investigate and eliminate fraud in our state's programs, quit their jobs.
Let's think about this. If this happened and this wasn't all over the news, do you really think that those prosecutors would have quit their job? No, because it's all over the news, right? So you have prosecutors who can't be unbiased and do their job because they're so far into these politics that they can't even do their job anymore because they're all on one side, right? I say good. I guess you got rid of 6 corrupt prosecutors. Do you really think now that those prosecutors can do their job without getting their feelings involved in the future? No.
Rather than go along with this assault on the United States Constitution. But as bad as it's been, Donald Trump intends for it to get worse.
Oh, it's going to get a whole lot worse. And you're making it worse, Tim. You and your Democrat friends are making it worse. It's your fault. Anything that happens from now on is blood on your hands. It's federal law. Whether you like it or not. You want to change it, then vote for someone else. It's federal law.
This week, he went online to promise that, quote, the day of retribution and reckoning is coming.
Yeah, I take it he's talking about you and your fraud. See, I know you're trying to take all the attention off from all that fraud going on, the $10 billion, but you're going to prison.
That's a direct threat against the people of this state who dared to vote against him 3 times and who continue to stand up for freedom with courage and empathy and profound grace. All across Minnesota, people are stepping up to help their neighbors who are being unjustly and unlawfully targeted.
Targeted by who? By what? Notice he just puts that in there to make it seem like ICE and federal agents are coming after them and dragging them out of their apartments and their vehicles. By the way, I'm talking about American citizens, not illegals, because they're here illegally.
They're distributing care packages and walking kids to school and raising their voices in peaceful protest.
Oh, everyone's a hero now, right? Adam Carolla on the Megyn Kelly show this morning absolutely nailed it.
If you stopped the average American 5 years ago and said how many unarmed black men are shot by the policemen every year in this country, the average number would probably be 8,000. And the real number would be 8. So who's doing that? So why does the average citizen think it's 8,000 when it's actually 8? They weren't born with that information. They didn't come up with it on their own. CNN poisoned their brain. They want to stop the chaos. Mayor Fry wants to stop the chaos. Tim Walz wants to stop the chaos. Gavin Newsom, everyone wants to stop the chaos. Well, then sit your fat ass at home and stop going out and wrestling with ICE officers if you'd like to stop the chaos. So what they do is they create the chaos, and then they go, don't you want the chaos to stop? At a certain point, you vote to end the chaos. They're super smart this way. It's intentional. They just create all of this, and then they yell, don't you want it to end? And every dumb shit mayor of every one of these blue cities goes, we just want the chaos to end. You are the chaos.
Exactly. That's exactly what they did in 2019, whatever it was. Even I was at a point, I was exhausted by the end of Trump's term last time. And I was just like, I just want this stuff to end. These people are insane. And then it just got even worse. And now that I see these people create it, make it everything crazy, they create all this chaos, and then they go, don't you guys want it to end? That's what Soros does. That's exactly what they've been doing for years. Anyway, you get the idea. Tim is probably being asked to go and do something like this. He's being thrown in front of traffic right now to help their, Democrat friends. And then once he goes to prison, no one's going to care about him. That's what's going to happen. But do not let these people trick you into thinking that this is all Republicans' fault. This is all Trump's fault. No, this is Democrat and the media's fault. They created all of this. Just like Adam Carolla said, they create all this chaos. They make things crazy. They go up in front of a camera and they put fuel on the fire, make it even worse. So these people with mental disorders go out in the streets because I have no job. Because the rest of us, are you one of the people that have a job going out and doing stuff like this? No, you don't want to lose your house. You don't want to lose your apartment. You got stuff to do, bills to pay. These people that are out there doing stuff like this are mentally ill, or they're on public assistance doing stuff like this, or getting paid. So do not let them trick you.